Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're watching this, I'm on vacation. But don't worry, I've got a great video picked out. If you saw the thumbnail, I think you've got a pretty good idea what it's going to be about. Now, let's get into that. Here's the one that we're going to be tearing apart. This is a Miller's Falls hand crank drill press. I don't know if you guys can see that label. Yeah, I'll put the light on it. Patent date says something like February 6th, 1900 on it. That is the patent date, not the manufacturing date. When I was just showing everybody this drill press, I thought, oh, look at this. It's a keyless chuck, but it's all froze up. I was trying to unlock it like nowadays. This is a threaded shaft, but what it is those little jaws, the further it goes on, you'll see those jaws start to, they push the jaws out. They're like on a taper in there. So anyway, there's more taking this apart, and I really can't see who the manufacturer is. As I clean it up, I'll be able to tell you that. Do you remember when you were a kid and you were looking at stuff going, boy, this seems to, I wonder how this goes together. I wonder what this does. I wonder what that, and you take the whole thing apart. Sometimes you didn't even throw it in a box. You just kind of pushed it on the side until your father found it. But I like taking things apart and putting them back together nowadays. So I think we should get into that. I think I'm going to start with, like I said, this is the spindle and the chuck. I'm going to bring that camera a little closer so you could watch me take it apart and see every bit of it. You can see the chuck jaws working, and I'm going to do that. First of all, I want to show you how those jaws work. I don't know if you can see that thread on there, real fine thread. As that moves up and back through the chuck housing, it pushes on the jaws. You'll see the jaws come out further and further as it goes up that thread until it is zero. It's grabbing the smallest drill it can. And as you bring it out, the chuck jaws go in. So it tells me there's some kind of spring mechanism in here. And I can see this is two pieces. We're going to have to take this whole thing apart. Okay, before I take the chuck apart, I want to take this spindle off of here. It looks as though there's a slotted set screw in here. And I bet you that has something to do with holding this spindle together. We'll find out. Comes out pretty easy. You know, before I do that, I want to move some of this stuff. Yeah, it looks like a little dog point set screw, slotted set screw. There's bearings. Bearing race. I'm going to throw all those bearings in this little bottle here. Although I know I can buy bearings from many different places, I want to keep the original. Little bearing race. Guess it goes on the bottom of this. Allows this to spin. I guess that little dog point set screw goes through here and into this groove. You saw there was all, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's all kind of play there. They didn't really, because if they made that groove tighter or whatever, larger set screw. Anyway, I'm sure it worked for them. Now, put this on the side. Gonna clean this all up, soak it, polish it on the lathe. This thing is really bell-mouthed over here from years of spinning. Okay, let's start taking this apart. Here, let me show you those jaws again. Thread, as you spin it, jaws come out, get tighter. See, what makes this different than the Jacobs chuck that was patented in 1902 was these jaws just go everywhere. They're just in there. He made little tracks, as you see on the modern chucks. I guess the next thing would be is to take this apart. Nothing's coming out. It's hollow. I don't know, you probably can't see down in there, but it looks like there's a centering point in there that centers in here. So when you're screwing it, it keeps those jaws straight. Now, next is I'm going to have to soak this too. You know, I can't see where that thing is pinned on here. It's almost like this whole thing is all one piece. Perhaps it's pressed on there, but man, I'm going to have to clean that up. All done in one piece. I'll see more after I soak it. But anyway, what I want to see is what's going on in here. There are the two holes I was talking about for the spanner wrench. After you spun this down onto your drill bit, you put your spanner wrench on here and locked it into place. I guess you could do it like that, but there's nothing really holding it in place. This is two pieces. And there seems to be another set screw. This is the part. There has to be a spring of some sort in there. It is a screw. Screws into this here part, it looks like. Well, I looked earlier, I could not find a spanner wrench that would fit that. But what I do have is this. Either it slipped or, oh no, it's coming out. Now, hopefully the spring and stuff doesn't come flying out. Doesn't seem like much pressure. Okay. There are little grooves in a center plate. I see. There's 3 jaws with springs. And there are little grooves. Hopefully these weren't numbered. Here's the part I was telling you. That centers on here. All right. Clean all these up. It looks as though these parts are individually, I mean, they look like little stamping parts that go into the jaws, and it looks like it was swedged in there with a rivet of some sort. Same like that. And like, okay. This chuck was designed and manufactured by the Miller's Falls company, people who designed, patented the whole drill I guess everybody at that time designed and made their own parts. Pretty cool. Now it's just up to me to clean these parts, soak them, clean them. I cleaned some of it up off camera, and I'm about to put the spindle and chuck back together. I think we're going to start with loading the bearings in here. Take it and put the spindle together. Just going to add some, this is extreme pressure lube. There's no extreme pressure here, but it's what I have. That's what I'm going to use. It'll hold the bearings in there really good while I'm putting it together. And of course the bearing race. Okay. Now the chuck. I think I'm going to put grease in each one of those little spring pockets to help the springs to stay in place. I might need to do a couple of tries with this. First thing that come to mind when the springs were coming out was, boy, it's going to be fun putting it back together. I tried this once. It didn't really work that well. I'm going to try it this way. Put it in, hold it. Put it in. It looks pretty good. I'll put a little grease on the side of each one of these because this is what slides down that thing. It wasn't too bad. There's a little thread in this here where this screw goes on, and so this doesn't turn. Keeps it locked in there. All right, jaws are in there. And the last part, put this spindle into the chuck and watch and see if them jaws come out. I'm going to put a little oil on it, or grease on this here, on the thread. Let's see if those jaws come out. Okay, here they come. Apparently they were numbered. Look at that. Big gap on one side. Tight on the other. Oh, try it again. Okay. I gotta take that apart at least 4 times before I can get these jaws to go in there just right. The springs kept moving, and I got it, and it opens and closes like it should. Drill goes out. Drill goes in. It's all good. I think this video is a wrap. I accomplished what I wanted, and I think it looked pretty good. I thought that was a pretty good video. I put it together from a lot of old footage I had, and it's another drill press. I like drill presses. In fact, if you've been watching my channel, you know that already. But I think by next week, I should be back home and will resume with my Delta slow speed tap drill conversion. Until then, enjoy.